Hello there. So this is a rifle that I'm building. It's actually the first rifle that I have ever built. Um, this is, well, built. It's kind of like a computer, you know. You don't actually build anything. You just buy the parts and then put all the parts together. You know, it's basically what's going on here. This is a Tikka T3X. This was actually a Hunter stainless, the action and the barrel. And this is chambered in 30-06. I live in the state of Iowa, which means that we can't hunt with 30-06 in the shotgun season. If you're wondering what I shot this buck with, I shot it with a 450 Bushmaster. But I had changed hunting tactics last year and was noticing that I was getting most of my shots on deer past 250 yards. Now, if you know anything about 450 Bushmaster, it's basically limited to 200 yards, and that's in optimal weather conditions. Like, 450 Bushmaster is really not going further than 100 yards in strong wind or terrible weather conditions. Like, let's be completely honest. I've shot 450 Bushmaster for years. I've had a lot of success with it. In my opinion, it's probably the best straight wall cartridge just right out the gate. Like, the only thing that really competes with it is 350 Legend and 4570. And I would argue that 450 is actually in the sweet spot between those two cartridges. So for me, 450 is a great cartridge, but in the new way that I'm having to hunt, I needed more range. Well, luckily, Iowa changed some laws around a few years ago so that you can hunt with 35 Whelen. And that's exactly what this rifle is going to become. This is going to be a basically spare no expense 35 Whelen. This might be the most high-tech 35 Whelen I might ever on the platform. I don't know. There's probably a few other guys that are doing what I'm doing. But it's going to be a spare no expense 35 Whelen. Currently, the build is nowhere near finished. We have the chassis. This is the MDT HNT26 chassis. I'm using one of their AICS 5-round mags. I did check and see if this feeds. All of it seems to work well. I haven't shot it yet. I hope to shoot it in the next week. I might make a video on that. This is, again, 30-06 ultra lightweight. As it sits right now, this thing comes in at like 7 pounds, which is, in my opinion, like a little light for a 30-06 with no threaded barrel. So that's going to kick like a fucking donkey. The scope is a Vortex Strike Eagle. This scope is not going to stay on here. It's just for right now, just to kind of shoot it and see how it shoots. We're not really looking to group super tight with it just yet. Not with this barrel, at least, because it's kind of irrelevant. Like, what's the point? It's going to get changed out. If you're wondering what the barrel is going to be, it's going to be changed out to a Preferred Barrels 26-inch taperless 900 contour 1 in 14 twist stainless steel barrel. It'll have hexagonal flutes and it'll be threaded with a claw brake and all that. I'll let you guys know how the Preferred Barrels barrel treats me. So far, it seems like they're a pretty decent and solid company. I haven't seen very many negative reviews from them. And if you're wondering why I'm going such a heavy barrel, because that taperless 900 26-inch barrel is, and it's all steel, that's a very heavy barrel that's going to be put on here. The reason why is because I don't want too light of a rifle. I actually want this rifle to weigh about 9 or 10 pounds, roughly. Fully loaded and ready to go. I want it to be 9 or 10 pounds. And the reason why is because I actually just prefer to hunt with a heavier rifle, especially one that has this really nice folding stock that can fold up and you can sling it over your back. And it's super compact and it's very easy to carry. Going a little heavier is not so bad when you have such great ergonomics. So that's my philosophy, and I want most of the weight to be in the barrel as opposed to in the stock and in the chassis. Sorry about the dogs; they bark a lot. But I want most of the weight in the barrel because I don't want the barrel to be subject to like weird temperature fluctuations and stuff like that. I don't really trust carbon fiber barrels all that much. I mean, call me a FUD if you want. I prefer just full steel as opposed to carbon fiber. And again, I don't want the gun to be too light. I want it to have a sweet spot with most of the weight in the barrel. I think having a heavier barrel is better than having a lighter barrel. And it's just my preference. You can disagree with me if you want. I do get Don't get me wrong, this is nice, right as it is. If it had a threaded barrel, then this would be like, baby, this would be damn near perfect, aside from the scope. But I do get it, wanting an ultralight rifle. It's super nice. It is really nice for carrying. But when it comes to shooting, maybe not so much. You know, it's a little harder to shoot an ultralight rifle. We're looking to get a 35 Whelen that shoots sub MOA at 100 yards. And, you know, we're going to see how that does. It should be pretty doable. Preferred Barrels is a very high-end company, and, you know, we got a lot of high-end parts going on here. It should be capable of that. I am not going to be hand loading it just yet, though. We're going to try and get factory ammo to shoot out of this. If you're wondering what scope I'm changing this out to, I have a Vortex Viper that's going on here. That is going to be used this next season for hunting. The Vortex Viper will be, not the Strike Eagle. The Strike Eagle's coming off. But the Vortex Viper will be what I hunt with. So far, I've been able to shoot half MOA with a 300 Win Mag on that Vortex Viper. So, I actually like the Vortex Viper quite a lot, but we might upgrade to something a lot more expensive later down the line, depending on how the Viper does. Anyways, I'll keep you updated on this build. I hope you guys are interested in it. It's a 35 Whelen Tikka T3X build, the spare no expense kind of quote-unquote build. So it's going to be a project. We'll see how it goes. It'll be a few months before I get that barrel, though.